Okay, we're getting to the end, and these are the apps and sites that I promised. Here are some of the ones I really love. I love brain.fm, which is neuroscience-based music. This is part of what I use for signaling. So for me, I have to have my headphones in, and I cannot listen to anything with words. It's too distracting. And what I like is that brain.fm takes it to the next level. So it's like optimized beats per minute for your brain to focus, sleep, relax, or meditate. And so as you choose those, and you can choose like the different hours or the time you want, and it's just been super effective for me. I also want to point out that if you're like a nature sound person, oh, I have to plug in my computer. If you're like I have to go to sleep to wave noises, they have a feature for wave noises that underneath the wave noises, there's also like a subtle beats per minute to help you sleep. It's kind of magic. Pocket is a place to aggregate all your articles that like all your super savvy friends and colleagues send you. And you're like, oh, I really need to read this, but I don't want to leave it up on a tab. But I also like don't want to put it in my bookmarks. So you can just like click add to Pocket, and Pocket generates essentially like not only an aggregate of all those articles, but it makes it look like a cool kind of magazine spread, and you can have it offline. So really great if you are somebody who has to like commute to work or something and you don't have access on the subway to the internet, or if you are like on vacation, you can have this like beautiful curated newsletter that you've kind of created for yourself of all the stuff you want to read. Speaking of reading, I know that we are all being bombarded by 1,000 personal development and self-help books all the time. For me, like I look at them and I'm like, oh, right, I should read them. Why don't I just put that on my to-do list that'll never get done? So I subscribe to Blinkist, which is basically like adult cliff notes for all the books that you are supposed to read. So you can be like, oh yeah, totally, Purple Cow, Let's Talk, or Atomic Habits, got it, nailed it. But like you don't actually have to read the whole book. It's amazing. And it's also probably cheating, but I'm so down for that in my adult life. I love having a clipboard manager. If you're anybody who's having to toggle between screens, or if you're having to like fill out forms, or if you're just like a person who knows what it's like to go like, oh, I can't believe I just copied over that like link that I meant to send, then Clipboard Manager will help you. It will keep all of your past clips. And this one clipboard will sync across devices. I personally use Jump Cut for my Mac just because I've had it forever, but one clipboard has a lot of really great features and can be really helpful in avoiding that like dope moment. Send from Gmail is a Chrome plugin. Essentially, it like lives in your dock, or I guess it's probably an extension. It lives in your dock, and so if you're ever like, say you're on a web page or you're on a product and you want to send it to your pal, like you don't have to go navigate to your Gmail and open a new Gmail and paste the link in and send it to them. You just click send from Gmail and it automatically captures that URL and it will send directly, you know, and then you just put in whoever you want to send it to. And without having to go to your Gmail and get distracted. Mailtrack will track whether somebody's read your mail. It's also a Gmail plugin. You get like a check when it's sent, and then you get a check once it's read. Boomerang does some of that, but Boomerang also will let them know that you're tracking them, which is kind of a bummer. If anybody's handling social, I mean, you are probably using like Hootsuite or, you know, or some kind of like, or Later, or some kind of like robust social platform. Personally, I love Buffer, and mostly it's because I can just like import my optimized schedule and then add to queue, and it just like manages it. So for at the beginning of the week, I essentially just add all the stuff to my queue, and then it just manages it for me. And it's really simple. Like I don't need all of the like giant analytics and like, and the kind of like multi-stream things. Like I just want to be able to like send everything out, like schedule everything on Monday and like let it go for the week and not have to mess with it. So if that's true of your business or your personal brand as well, then Buffer can be really helpful. And it's free, I think, for 3 to 4 profiles. And then last but not least, I love CloudApp. It has like really been helpful for me. And it's a screenshot tool, but it also uploads to the web, but you can also do GIFs, but you can also do video if you're trying to record your screen. And it's just like super lightweight, and I dig it. So those are apps and sites that I recommend. Of course, like if anybody out there has one that they love, please send it over to me. In addition to, of course, to all the other sites that I recommended throughout the presentation, like assistant.to and Boomerang, etc. So if you are looking for additional reading, here are some of my suggestions. My first suggestion is you subscribe to Blinkist for 30 days for free. And I do not work for them. It's just like, you know, easier to do that. But here's like, if you want to say no and figure out like how to minimize stuff, read Essentialism. If you want to get more done, read Getting Things Done. This is like a little bit of a sleeper hit for me, but there's a book called 50 Scientifically Proven Ways to Be Persuasive. Anyone that's doing sales, anyone that wants to know about language or how you compel people to do things. I love this book. It's old and it's a lot of thought experiments, but I thought it was really compelling. And then of course you have probably heard of Dare to Lead, Brene Brown. Digital Minimalism is a book that like was anathema to my being because, as you know, I love digital stuff, but it made a lot of sense to me too. And then there is also a happiness course that has come out of Yale. It's totally free. It's 6 weeks. If you want to figure out how to maximize your happiness outside of all this hard work you're doing, you can take that well-being course, and it's pretty cool.